Into game number 2. Make some noise for Kiwikaki against MMA. All right, over here in the upper right, we have Kiwikaki. Very talented player, very friendly guy. He had a good build. It didn't go that well for him. He didn't know how to seal the deal. He didn't. What do you do when you're ahead, Artosis?
You get further ahead, Tastes. You don't hide in expansion.
No, you don't need to hide a base in a moment like that. Now down here into the bottom left, we have our Terran player, MMA, mentored by Slayers boxer. Very talented guy. And, you know, I got to hand it to him. To get that behind in a live event outside of your own country, he's never been anything like an MLG. To take that damage and then to pull through and engineer a victory, that's really something to be proud of.
He played really well there, Tasteless. I mean, he did everything that he needed to do to try to come back. He tried to drop over and over and over. Didn't really ever do a lot of damage, but did force the Nexus cancel. So that was kind of the big part where Kiwikaki was something like, oh, you know what? He might have a third base and a gas before
a gas first.
A gateway.
There's no gateway here.
Oh, my God.
Now, some of the nubs watching might be saying, wait a minute, what does that mean? I thought people always got gateway first.
Well, I'd love to tell them what it means, Stacey.
Why don't you do it?
I'm going to do it. It means most likely we're going to go with a 98.5% chance that he is going to go for a Dark Templar rush.
Right.
You need to get a ton of gas to rush the Dark Templars because you do need at least a Stalker. You don't want to have just a bunch of Zealots and one Stalker. So you have to buy some gas units. And that Dark Shrine, Tasteless, 250 gas. Twilight Council finishes really quick. It takes a long time to get to that. But we will have to see if that is in fact what he's doing. Of course, Kiwikaki is the mad scientist of Protoss. He could be doing anything at all, but any standard toss, man, this is definitely a DT build.
The SCV goes out, the probe goes in, and he will. Why
Can't explain that, Tasteless.
Can't explain that. How to get there?
I don't know, man.
So he's going to send the probe over here. He's seeing, all right, no refinery yet. He's getting the orbital. Looks like Terran, with the money he saved up here, it will indeed make a quick command center. Now, this could be something that a fast DT rush would be very effective against.
You know, here's the thing exactly, Tasteless. If Kiwikaki hides this DT tech, and MMA uses all his energy on mules to try to get, you know, some more Marines out or something like that, in that case, the DT rush is going to be amazing against it. But if MMA kind of sniffs it out, figures out that it's happening, because notice how Kiwikaki is only getting one gas. He got that gas so early, so he doesn't have to get another gas.
And of course, that's what Terran's looking for here. Is he says, oh, one gas. Probably a Nexus down here.
One gate Nexus,
right.
Definitely. That's what that normally means from a Protoss. But Kiwikaki making that Stalker will most likely... Ooh. Tasteless. He adds the second gas now. I expect to see a Twilight Council going down pretty soon here.
Wait for it.
Or not. Just like
I would be shocked if you didn't get the Twilight Council. I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah.
That's almost always what you get a fast gas for.
You got to remember that Kiwikaki, man, he is so inventive. He uses all sorts of weird builds. Some are awesome, some are not. But they are all very, very interesting. And a Nexus is going out. This is a very peculiar
guys,
build.
This is dead serious here. This is something we do not see.
Yeah.
This means he's stockpiling Vespian gas for something else later.
Well, it looks right now, Tasteless, like he is actually, well, he's harassing over here with his Zealot and Stalker, but mostly he's just pumping out sentries, so it looks like he just wanted to get a huge number of sentries, but definitely a peculiar build to say the least. That gas so quick definitely downed his minerals some, but he's making up for that without buying many Stalkers or Zealots, which are quite mineral heavy, getting a lot of sentries instead, and going right up to 3 gateways.
Note he's also, very intentionally, he's pulled a lot of chrono boosts here. That means I'm under the impression we're going to see some kind of crazy tech in the mid-game. But I am so caught off guard by this build that we're seeing from him.
Well, that's a common occurrence watching Kiwikaki.
But yeah, I mean, this guy just approaches the game in a completely unique way. Uh-oh. Yes, and he gets in.
Oh, and
he sees
the
everything.
Robo. Very nice move there.
Oh, yeah, he saw everything.
He knows.
He knows, Artosis.
Not
All right,
keep
you know
any
what he
secrets
might
from
be
MMA.
doing, Artos, is he might be trying to crank out a ton of Colossus pretty quickly here.
Definitely a possibility. You know, that's actually one thing Kiwikaki loves, especially on this map. Time and time again, I have seen him just rush to a few Colossus with Thermal Lance and really abuse Terrans who take that gold base. But MMA, he is a smart player. He makes a lot of Vikings like we saw last game. We're going to have to see, can he hold that off if, in fact, Kiwikaki wants to do that and stop making us look dumb.
Yeah, I know. We're looking a little bit silly here. I'm
going to have to talk with him after
yeah,
this, man.
Kiwikaki, don't do that,
We're going to have to put commercials on the stream. So
we make these predictions, man. I don't know what to say. All right, he's going to get his Observer now. Again, Chrono Boost pulled here to some extent, guys. This is not because he's slow. He's forgetting to Chrono Boost. It's very intentional. He has 36 energy here. That's enough for 2. He just had 2 energy before he Chrono Boosted here to get his Observer out, his second one.
Yeah, man, and he is actually making a lot of Zealots right now. So also got the 3rd gas expansion already. All of that points towards Colossus coming out pretty soon here. I would just go crazy if he doesn't go Colossus.
Well, you never know what to expect. All right, and now the Robotics Bay is on the way.
Oh, goodbye, Stalker. Oops.
See you in hell.
That was a good Stalker.
Was he?
He never did anything bad-hearted, Tasteless.
Well, except try to contain MMA. Murder his SCVs, Artosis.
Kiwikaki told him to, man. It wasn't his fault. So we do have a Robotics Bay going up for Kiwikaki at this point. Looks like he is absolutely rushing up to that, and he does have 5 sentries to get out very, very quickly. So he's going to have a lot of Force Fields, a lot of Guardian Shields, and MMA, he is already going for a little push, Tasteless.
Now, sometimes we see them move out, it means an attack over here. Sometimes we see them move out, and it means he's just trying to make the Protoss, spend more money, Chrono Boost his stuff. And in this case, it looks like it's going to be that. It's kind of a feint attack. And so we're going to see a quick command center over here, probably floated over here. He'll have to destroy the destructible rocks over here.
Yeah. Now, that very quick 3rd command center, I am loving it, Tasteless. So it is so nice to see. And, we do have a drop lifting up. He's throwing all those Marines there.
He sees it.
Yeah,
he knows.
With a very well-placed Observer. He's going to have to run his whole army up there, and that is exactly what he's doing. The first Colossus is about 2/3 of the way done. So Marines not going to stand a chance against that.
You know what I've noticed? He has enough Observers everywhere on the map. He sees everything that's going on. He's not going to be caught off guard by drops, which are very common on a map like this.
Yeah, this is actually so smart. The way that Terrans love to win on Zelmaga Cavern Tasteless is to divert your army into the wrong places. Drop the main, run in through one of the sides you're not looking at. But Kiwikaki, as you said, perfect Observer placements. He is not going to be caught with his pants down.
Not indeed.
Those Observers are the proverbial belt.
So, he's going through my secret hallway over here in the upper left side of the map.
It's a secret hallway.
Don't tell anybody. It's a secret.
Slayer's Boxer must have told him about it.
He must have. He's been being a gossip. So
I hate gossips,
man. I hate gossips, man. Come on. The Zealot sees it.
Look at that. That Zealot. He knew, man. That's the star sense of Kiwikaki. Guy who's been playing the beta since day 1, playing all the way through, non-stop, becoming one of the best Protoss in the world. Now, there are 2 Colossus out already. Those are pretty darn quick Colossus, Tasteless. A scan drops down by MMA. And he kind of knows what's going on.
It's interesting. You can see MMA is trying everything in his power to just do a little bit more damage, to chip away at his opponent's armor, if you will. And Kiwikaki isn't having any of it. Now, Kiwikaki's in pretty good shape thus far, but let's not forget, in our previous game, he was in pretty good shape before he, completely got manhandled by MMA. Before
he got owned with the P, man.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, he's coming in here again. Kiwikaki, good star sense, making a cannon. 1 Stim Marine comes in here.
Just checking.
Protoss stuff.
He's just taking a look.
I got to get back here and tell the others.
He's going to attack.
But they already ditched him. Now, back over here in the Terran space, we have a Ghost Academy.
Ghost Academy. Nice little choice there. And in fact, Kiwikaki, off of 2 base, Tasteless, has made his Twilight Council. He's getting charge, so he's going to be very Zealot heavy, and that's smart because he's also getting a Dark Shrine. Now, Dark Shrine, after you have Colossus out, is like the most amazing thing in the entire world. But off of 2 base, he's going to be very gaslight. This is going to make the Vikings, in some ways, a little better. He's not really going to get any more Stalkers, Tasteless.
All right, now they're moving out. You want to control these Zelnaga watchtowers very carefully. You want to make sure that they do not you do not get surprised here. This big gap over here in the center of the map is a great way to use the Vikings to float them over this, and then use that to shoot down the Colossuses.
So we do see it with that gold base going up. Kiwikaki going to play pretty defensive here. Probably start sending some DTs around the map, trying to harass. And in fact, Tasteless, look at that in John's common knowledge hallway.
Everybody knows about this place.
Yeah, man. A couple pylons going up, and of course, MMA knows about that hallway, as everyone does. Will he check it, though?
I don't know. I mean, if MMA decides to move out, there may be a pretty intense skirmish, but let's face it, Protoss can warp in some stuff here, and while MMA is distracted, he can lose everything. Scan, this location over here is open. Kiwikaki's not defending it. This means he could be surrounded pretty easily by the Terran army.
Oh my, and
DT.
Here comes a DT. There are some scans left, but he has just used some scans for scouting as well.
DT coming over here to this army. MMA evacuates as he should.
And MMA is in a little bit of trouble there. He scans, kills that DT off, but right now he has no scans left. He will have another momentarily, but off of these 3 command centers, not a lot of energy. Look at this. Turret's trying to go up.
He's doing a ton of damage to MMA.
6 kills already. Does scan.
Beautiful.
Kiwikaki, he's just going to keep on sending these in. He realizes, oh, you're low on scans. So now he can do light contains. And
another DT in the main.
DT's everywhere, Tasteless.
Beautiful. So there's really nowhere safe for the SCDs to go. Kiwikaki continuing to warp in units while he occupies the gold base. MMA had every intention of taking this location before all this action picked up.
Kiwikaki looking pretty slick right now, Tasteless. Really delaying these expansions, killing off some SCVs, making him lose mining time, making him lose potential mules. And even though the supply is pretty close, I'm liking Kiwikaki's position more and more. He's just got to play a defensive game from here.
Yeah, you're dead on, Artosis. All he's got to do is defend, defend, defend. Meanwhile, Kiwikaki going to expand again, doing a great job. DTs being driven out here.
You know, the interesting thing about that expand, Tasteless, is that's a pressure expand. When MMA sees that Kiwikaki's going for a 4th base, he realizes, oh, he's putting pressure on me economically. I have to actually go and attack, or I need to expand some more or something, man, because he's going to get way ahead.
Kiwikaki may be about to be attacked. This is the most important location on the map, the gold base.
Assaults do have charge. There are a couple ghosts coming out there. MMA has enough energy for 4 EMPs off of those 2 ghosts, Tasteless. That's a lot of EMPs.
Ideally, he wants to EMP these DTs and nothing else.
Oh my god. 6 DTs coming in, and he dodges the EMP. But if a scan does go up, those can die quite quickly. Nice arc!
Every single sentry.
Oh my god, look at that arc, Tasteless, by MMA, and he is shredding through Kiwikaki's army. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Beautiful arc.
And so impressively.
Once again, Kiwikaki way ahead, and then suddenly MMA becomes way ahead. I mean,
it's a seesaw game. You rarely see 2 games like this in a row where one guy gets a disadvantage. And manages to turn that around, especially against somebody of the caliber of Kiwikaki. MMA, we've all been talking about him, wondering how far is this guy going to go. I have to say, after a moment like this, I got to say pretty far.
That is definitely a possibility, Tasteless, and Kiwikaki cannot be happy here. He is trying to warp in some more units and get through this, but the Vikings have landed, and everything is going wrong. It does a little EMP there, trying to get rid of those Dark Templars' invisibility. This is just not going to be enough, and Kiwikaki is probably going to have to eat pretty quickly here.
Yeah, there's really just not much else he can do. This Colossus does not go down, will go down.
Yeah, man, the Vikings are back in the air.
He's reinforcing beautifully. The only expansion Kiwikaki has, not going to matter because he's going to get where the warp gates are. He can come in here, he can tear this down. MMA mining the gold base, being a little baller.
Yeah, he is. This kid, man.
He's good.
Gets behind Kiwikaki, getting ahead once again. Just falling to the strength of this Korean powerhouse.
Give it up for your winner, MMA. That was beautiful. You know, Kiwikaki played so well, but what, Kiwikaki didn't have that MMA did have is crisis management. You know?
Absolutely. Kiwikaki just not really choosing the right places to engage in both games. After he had to cancel that Nexus, he wasn't, well, maybe he was slightly behind in the first game after canceling that Nexus, but he can actually go ahead and play a macro game, that he can do that, but he chose to attack. His Colossus were way out of position, and he died. Now this game, when he attacked into that area, MMA had already set up a very nice arc. It looked kind of like that.
It was one of these.
Or maybe it's backwards for you guys like that. For me, it looks like this, but for you, it looks like that. And, I mean, he walked right into there, and he's got a half surround on himself already.